Hello everyone, welcome back. Severed is here, coming back with part 20 of What If Deku Had the Ultimatrix. Now, where we last left off, Izuku had found himself inside the null void. And after getting up and looking around, he see just a floating island, islands and a lots of weird things around him. And someone come to him trying to kill him. That one being Kevin Levin. After a little bit of fighting, Kevin told Albedo about his past and how he actually was an enemy of Ben Tennyson and told him what's happened to him and how he ended up here. And after that, Izuku tell Kevin that he actually know a way out of here by the ultimatrix telling him there is two parts of the null void device around the inside the null void. If we would be able to get those two parts, we would be able to get out of here. And Kevin told Albedo about how the time here works and everything around the null void. And now we continue, but not in the null void, but in the other world, with Eri waking up in the morning. As Inko told Eri, wake up, it's morning time. As Eri said, yes mom, I'm awake. Inko told her, okay Eri, get ready and eat your breakfast because Mr. Stain will gonna come today to take you to training. As Eri said, oh, okay mom. After Eri eats her breakfast and get ready and take, of course she still have Izuku jacket and her favorite teddy bear Monokuma. After eating their breakfast, someone knock on the door. That one being Stain. As Inko opened the door seeing Stain, as Stain saying, hello Miss Inko, is Eri ready? As Inko said, yes Stain, yes, she's ready. As Eri appeared from behind, Inko telling Mr. Stain, okay Mr. Stain, I'm ready. As Stain says, good, now let's go. As Stain take Eri on his back and start jumping on the roofs until they finally get into the forest. As Stain said, well Eri, change your clothes because we will gonna train. As Eri said, okay Mr. Stain. And Eri changed her clothes into this UA gym uniform. And don't, if you want to know how it was a gift from Izuku, if you want to know how he got it, there is the whole series. You can watch the whole series from the first part and then come here. As Eri said, okay Mr. Stain, I'm ready. What are we gonna do first? As Stain told her, well Eri, let's try this time on something more, you know, how can I say it, harder. As Eri said, oh, okay. As Stain said, well Eri, I'm gonna now use my knife on myself and you should heal me. As Eri said, what? But aren't you gonna feel pain? As Stain said, yes, that might be right, but I want you to try rewind me to see if our little plan of getting back Izuku would be working. As Eri said, okay, Mr. Stain. As after that, Stain take a knife of one of his knives and say, okay, Eri, once I cut myself, you should start rewinding me. Okay? As Eri said, okay. And Stain cut himself and his blood, he starts bleeding. As Eri said, are you okay? As Stain said, yes, I'm okay, but come on now. Try rewinding me. As Eri starts focusing, her horn getting a little bit bigger, and after that, the wounds on Stain hand get healed up, and Eri stopped as she said, did I did good? As Stain said, yes, you did very good. I doesn't feel anything anymore. It's like it's never happened in the first place. As Eri smiles, saying, thank you. Well, Eri, now we will gonna try this a little bit more. But this time, I'm sorry that I will need to do this, but as Stain go behind the tree and gets a dead cat, as Eri said, what's happened to this cat? As Stain said, I find her dead in the forest, and I think that you might be able to help her. As Eri said, okay. And after that, Eri starts using her quirk again, but on the cat, and a little bit she tried to do something, but not too much. As Stain from behind telling Eri, Eri, focus. Remember why we are doing this. Is to get Izuku back. Don't you want to see him back? As Eri said, yes, I want to see my big brother back. As Stain said, well, calm down and focus. And after a couple of seconds, the cat get healed up, but it didn't move. As Eri said, well, I did all what I can, but it's not moving. As Stain said, give me a minute, please. As he go into the dead cat on the ground and start touching her. After that, the cat start moving and it's run away. As they said, you did it, Eri. You get her back to life. That's incredible, incredible. As Eri said, really? I did this? As they said, yeah. And if we continue doing this, you might be even able to get Izuku back. As Eri said, okay. Can you training me more, Mr. Stain? As Stain said, of course. Now, let's train your body a little bit. And after a couple of hours of training with Stain, we cut into Izuku Midoriya. Right now, he is with Kevin Levin, and he doesn't wear his jacket. His jacket is with Eri. Right now, he's wearing just a black t-shirt, just like Kevin. As Kevin said, well, we are here. We should get on our feet now. As Izuku said, you mean this place? And right now, Izuku in his big shell form. As Kevin said, yeah, this is the place. As they look at a floating Iceland with a very big floating Iceland. As Izuku said, is this really his hideout? Uh, Kevin said, yeah, it's his hideout. Before it was normally a prison, but he got control over it. So we will have to get in. As Izuku said, after detransforming, he said, okay, let's get in. As Kevin told him, it's not that easy, you know. This place is covered in a lots of monsters and aliens, those who are under the control of Dr. Animo. As Izuku said, well, I have an idea. How about this? As Izuku flipped the dial of the ultimatrix and transformed into Deto, as he split into two, and Kevin said, well, what this gonna do to us? As the both of them smile at Kevin, and then flip the die of the ultimatrix, transforming into Ben. And Kevin said, whoa, you can do that? Tennyson couldn't do that with his own aliens. As Izuku said, well, if he couldn't do that, then that must mean that he's just an idiot. Right now, see, our friend here will gonna distract the monsters, and we are gonna go from the other way and get into Dr. Animo and kill him, taking the null void, the first part of the null void device. How does this sound? As Kevin smiled, saying, hell yeah, let's do it. And the second copy of Izuku, you know him, the copy, go inside and transform into Shock Rock as he starts throwing energy everywhere, and then the monsters came in, going to try attack him and kill him. As he fighting the monsters, Izuku and Kevin go inside. Kevin saying, well, we are in, but where is this first part of the null void device? As Izuku moving the ultimatrix around, hearing that his peeping sound getting stronger in a Pacific way, as he said, there, from that way. As they start running in, Izuku seeing a little box. As he moved the ultimatrix and the direction of the box, as he told Kevin, this must be it. As Kevin said, well, let's take it and get out of here. And they get closer to the box, but from behind, Dr. Animo said, what are you both doing here? And how you are still alive? My monsters already killed you. As Izuku said, well, your masters are idiots if they couldn't know the copy out of the real deal. As Dr. Animo said, how dare you both get here into my territory and try to play with my things. Now I am Dr. Animo. I shall destroy you both and take the ultimatrix for myself. Especially you, Tennyson. As Albedo said, for the last time, I'm not the freaking Tennyson. He's dead from God know how much years. As Dr. Animo said, lies, all of it are lies. You're just trying to trick me. But that won't do. As Kevin get down on his knees, absorbing the metal that the prison are made out of, as he said, well, Albedo, I will gonna take care of the monsters, you take care of that freaking asshole. Alright, as Izuku nods and then said, well, Dr. Animo, how about we fight? As Dr. Animo said, fight, and who are you to think that you could defeat me this time. Before I was alone, but right now I have a whole entire army. And you think you can defeat me? As Albedo said, yeah, I still think that I could defeat you. And, and then Dr. Animo smiled, saying, ha ha ha, well, if that's so, let's fight. As Dr. Animo jumped down from his flying creature in front of Izuku, as he sent the other monsters to attack Kevin, and they pushing him back as he said, "Oh, don't worry about me, I'll be fine." As Izuku said, "Okay, well, let's end this." As Dr. Animo said, "I doesn't want interruption, so I wish that you don't mind me get rid of your little friend there." As Izuku said, "Yeah, I also don't want interruption. Let's end this." As he transformed into four arms, saying, "Okay, Dr. Animal, I have four punches, I have four fists with your name on it." As Dr. Animal smiled, saying, "Let's see who will win this." And when I mean win, let's see, that mean that I will win this. As he running at four arms running at him, and their fists collapse together. As Izuku using his two other fists to punch Dr. Animal in the stomach, throwing him back on the wall. As he said, "Well, that was easier than I expected." As Dr. Animal stand up, saying, "Is that the strongest punch that you have? Pathetic." As he running at four arms, punching him in the face, sending him into a wall. Four arms saying, "What the? How you?" Whatever. As he goes, stand up and try to run at Dr. Animal, but before that, Dr. Animal dodging his punch and send him into the air. After that, he jump up and kicking him in his back, throwing him into the ground, saying, "Well, is that all of what you got, Tennyson? You got weaker than I expected. Did the loss of your biggest enemies make you get weaker? Because you didn't find someone that's stronger than you to fight?" As Forearms say, "This is not my only trick." As he transformed into Swamp Fire, and then throwing a green gas at Dr. Animo. Dr. Animo saying, "What this will do now, Tennyson?" As he said, "Just wait." As after that, he throw a little ball of fire at the gas, which make the gas explode. And he said, "That must kill him now." But from the fire, Swamp Fire seeing Dr. Animal with his, covering himself with his scarf around his body, as he said, "You might have a very strong fire, but this are made of a very special material. I find it in one of the bodies of the monsters here. Its skin takes a very strong blast of heat." As Swampfire said, "Well, let's see if he can take this much of a heat." And he flipped the dial of the ultimatrix, transforming into Ultimate Swampfire. After this, he starts using chromation and throwing it directly at Dr. Animo. Dr. Animo tried to use his scarf, but it's burned as he being thrown back on a wall. As Dr. Animo said, You Tennyson, that was the best thing I ever had here." As Swampfire said, I don't care because you will die here. And Dr. Animal stand up and said, well, let's see if you can take this, as he starts running at Swampfire. Swampfire, using crew machine, shoot it in front of him, but Animal managed to dodge it and get behind of him. But Swampfire said, the same trick won't work on me 2 times, as he spin around and shoot flames directly at the face of Dr. Animal, sending him back as Dr. Animal fall on the ground saying, you damn you, Tennyson, I will gonna defeat you if that was the last thing that I will ever do in my life. As Albedo said, first of all, I'm not Tennyson. Second of all, you will die. As Izuku starts flying up in the air, and then while he in the air, he transforms into ultimate cannonball and turn himself into a ball, and then fly down at Dr. Animal, crushing him, turning him into a nothing but pile of blood. After that, he go back and start spinning around himself to clean himself out of the blood. And then he said, well, that's ended. Let's go help. Let's go see what Kevin are doing. And Kevin right now fighting the monsters, as he tried to fight them with all what he got, but suddenly the monsters stopped attacking him and fly away. As he said, what? Why are they going away? And they don't even coming back to the place where Dr. Animal is. After that, Kevin see Izuku running at him saying, hey Kevin, I killed Dr. Animal. As he said, oh, that's explain why the monsters are left. Since their leader are dead, there is no reason for them to fight. Well, did you get the first piece of the null void device? As Izuku said, yeah, it's here. As he show him the trigger of the null void device. As Kevin said, yeah, cool. Now, where's the other part? As Izuku said, well, let's see. As he starts moving around the ultimatrix, as it's peeping with a very, very strong sound. As he said, it seems like the other part is so close from here. And from above, a guy with a scarf on his covering his head and his whole body jumped down, sending Kevin and Izuku back, as both of them were able to get back on their feet. As Izuku said, who are you? As the guy said, who am I? I'm surprised that you don't know me, Tennyson. Because of you I end up here. And now for some reason you came back here. I'm not gonna question why, but I will gonna kill you and take back what is from my right. As Albedo said, I'm not Tennyson. Don't you see? I already killed Dr. Animal. Do you think Tennyson would kill him? As the guy said, I don't know and I don't care. You have the ultimatrix. That means that you are Tennyson. No matter how much you're gonna start lying on me, I will gonna end you just how I needed to end you from a long time. As the guy takes down his scarf that's around his body, showing that he is a guy with a a left hand gauntlet and a body armor with a sword on his back as he said, I am Velgax, your worst enemies, don't you remember? Or did your memories has failed you? As Izuku said, Velgax? Whatever. What do you want? And I'm not Tennyson, so can you leave me alone? As Velgax said, oh, alright, I will leave and I will take this with me. As he showed them the second part of the null void device. As Albedo said, this is the second part of the null void device. Give it to me. As Velgax said, well, why don't you give it your part to me? If I was able to take your ultimatrix, it would be enough energy to activate the null void device, which will make me finally get out of this hell that I was been thrown in because of you. I will gonna get my revenge and get out of this place at the same day. What a happy ending for me. When wouldn't you say, Tennyson? As Izuku said, alright, if you want to die so much, then I will kill you. As Kevin said, hey, don't forget me, pal. I'm still here. As Kevin put his hand down on the ground to absorb the metal and turn his body into metal, as Velgax said, alright then, if you want a fight instead of just dying, I will gonna give you a fight. As he taking his sword by his right arm and start going directly at Albedo. Albedo transform into Big Chill, going right through the slash of Velgax, and from the right side of Velgax, Kevin transforming his hand into a hammer, going to hit him on his head, as Vilgax catches him with his left arm, saying, sit down, you little dog, as he shooting laser from his hand at Kevin, throwing him on a wall. Big Chell said, Kevin, are you okay? As Kevin right now unconscious because of the hit, transforming his body back into normal. As Big Chell looking at Vilgax as he starts running at him and shooting laser. As Big Chell going right through the laser and then tried to go right through Vilgax, but he couldn't do that. As he go back saying, what the? Why am I not able to go through you? As Vilgax said, do you really think after all these years I didn't learn from my mistakes? I have already prepared myself to fight you again. And your little big shell won't gonna get through this armor. As he go to hit him with the sword, with a left punch, as Big Shell tried to go right through it, but his punched him in his stomach, throwing him on a wall. As he said, alright, if Big Shell is not the answer, then let's try this. As he transformed into Ultimate Humongosaur and transformed both of his hand into a rocket launchers, as he said, take this, and start shooting a bunch of rockets at Vilgax, but Vilgax just standing there And after the smoke cleans up, Izuku seeing Velgax with his left arm in front of him, making a shield. As Velgax said, this creature is not gonna defeat me a second time. As he go running at Humangosaur, hitting him with the sword, slashing his chest, and giving him a kick on his side, throwing him on another wall. As he said, why don't you just give me the ultimatrix, Tennyson, and I will gonna leave you to live here. As Humangosaur saying, and transform into ultimate echo, and then he throw a lot of plates around Velgax, but he just standing between them, and Izuku fly up and start using all his power to send the most wave of sound that he could ever do. And after that, Vilgax using his eyes, shooting all the plates around him. As Echo said, how you are not, your mind's supposed to blow up by now. As Vilgax said, do you see these things around my head? Thanks to those, I can't get hurt by your little sound waves. And he go to attack Izuku and give him a punch in his chest, throwing him back. As Izuku transform into his normal form, as he's right now on the ground, and Vilgax said, well, Tennyson, you are really very weak, you know. You have maybe defeated me in the past, but that was because I didn't see you as a very big thing that could stop me. But now I understand my mistakes, and I will gonna end you right here. Any last words? As Izuku right now on the ground saying, yes, I have last words. As he said, what is it? As Izuku smiled and then pressed the dial of the ultimatrix, transforming into Ghost Freak. As he said, goodbye, and got inside Vilgax's body. As Vilgax said, get out of my body, you filthy creature. As he tried to get him out. And Izuku tried to fight on the control of Velgax's body, but Velgax is so strong, and before he get out saying, I'm not gonna end like this, as he transformed into ultimate Ghost Freak. But even then he still fight very strong. As Ghost Freak said, how are you still fighting? As Velgax said, I'm not gonna end like this, as he just trying to fight for the control. And Kevin wakes up saying, oh, my head, it so hurts. As he looking at Vilgax just hitting himself and trying to get something out. As he said, where is Albedo? And he absorbed the metal from the ground trying to fight. But Vilgax said, Kevin, I'm Albedo. I'm trying to control Vilgax's body. Come on, kill him before he gets control. As Kevin said, okay. As he go to hit Vilgax in his chest, but his metal is not strong enough. As he said, what the? As Izuku said, come on already, just kill him. As Kevin said, alright. As he absorbed the the you know him, the absorb the armor of Velgax, transforming into the same material that is made of, and jump on Velgax's head and stab him directly in his head as Velgax fall on the ground. As Kevin said, Albedo, are you okay? Albedo. As after that, Ultimate Ghost Freak get out of the dead body of Velgax, as he said, "Oh, that was very intense." As he de-transform, as he said, "Well, thanks, Kevin. Let's see where this second part." As Izuku takes the second part of the, you know it, the null void projector or device, as he put the two pieces together, making the gun. As he said, "Well, Kevin, looks like this is our way out of here. I just need to put some power into it." As from behind, Kevin said, "Yeah, just a little bit of power." As he hit Izuku on his head, making him fall on the ground. After that, Izuku looking up, seeing Kevin smiling at him. As Kevin said, "Well, there's one thing that I didn't tell you about the null void device. If you are in the null void, you can't take two people with you. Only one person can leave. And I don't feel like letting you leave me behind here. So I will just gonna take it." As he take the null void device from Izuku's hand that he's right now on the ground, as he said, "No, get that back." As Kevin said, "Or what? What are you gonna do, little dog?" As he kick Izuku on the in his stomach, throwing him on a wall and fall on the ground. As he start uh, walking towards him, saying, "Well, it was really good working with you and all, but I will just gonna take the ultimatrix and then leave you here. Or maybe kill you. Well, whatever." As he take Izuku left arm and then throw him on another wall, saying, Why are you not transforming? Are you too weak to try attack me or something?" Right now, Kevin is not in his normal human form. He he's not absorbing anything. As he continue walking, saying, I still remember the day that I got here. I swear on killing Tennyson that day, but since he's dead now, maybe I will just gonna go back to my old work where I was working on cars." As he get hold of Izuku's left arm, saying, "All what I need is just to cut your arm clean off, and then put some power, and voila, that all what I need to do." As Izuku said, "You asshole." As Kevin said, "Yeah, say that in my face and again and I will gonna kill you." As before he cut off Izuku's arm, something get hold of his arm, making it start biting into his arm, and then getting his arm cut off. As Kevin go back, saying, my arm, what that?" As he look in front of him, seeing four creatures getting closer to him, the or full wild mat getting closer to him. As he said, "What the hell? I already killed those." As before he was able to absorb anything with his left arm, another one of those four get hold of it and biting it, cutting it clean off. as Kevin right now on the ground bleeding as he said, "Please leave me alone. You can go. I doesn't win. Just leave me live. Please. I'm sorry." And the other two go to Izuku, start to hitting him with their heads. You know how little dog with will gonna do to his uh, uh, you know his whatever as they start helping him to stand up as he said, "You guys, I you come here all the way," as they start licking his hand as he said, "Oh, I wish Eri could see you. She might get terrified, but you are so good." As Kevin said, "Please, get those two away from me, Albedo." As Albedo looking at Kevin that he's right now on the ground bleeding and two of his hands are cut off. He can't absorb anything right now since his arm cut off. And Izuku looking at him, saying, "Well, well, well. Look at you now. I was thinking about helping you to get out or something, and maybe even let you live with me in my hideout, but since you are want to betray me like literally everyone that I see in front of me, how about I just end your life?" As Kevin said, "Please leave me alone. Go take the null void. I doesn't want it anymore." As Izuku said, "Okay, I won't kill you." As he transformed his left arm into heat blast left arm and then shoot flames at the both cut off limbs of Kevin, making the bleed stop as Kevin screamed in pain, saying, "Ah, my arms, you!" As Izuku said, "Hush now. No, don't say it or I will kill you." As Kevin got just say, "Please don't do it. Aren't you supposed to make the universe a better place to save others and to be a good guy or something?" As Izuku said, "A good guy? Saving people? Well, I do that, but normally people like you, I've disgust me and I really don't want to see them running around the world just causing pain and suffering for others." As Izuku turned around and started to walk away, as Kevin said, "What, are you not gonna kill me?" As Izuku said, "Kill you? No, I won't gonna waste my power on you." But as Izuku looked at the four creatures, the four wild mutts, as he said, "Boys, it's dinner time." As all of them start running at Kevin, Kevin screaming, "No, no, please!" As they start eating Kevin alive and just eating him alive as Kevin just screams in pain, and after a couple of seconds he just shut up. And the four wild mutts come back to Izuku as Izuku pets on all of their heads, saying, "Good boys, good boys." And then after that, Izuku see the null void device on the ground, and he get his hold of it as he said, "Well, let's get out of here. How can I use the energy again?" And he put the get hold of the null void device in his left arm, the arm that the ultimatrix right now in. As the ultimatrix start going crazy and a red and black energy start going to the null void device, making it get into little pieces flying around the ultimatrix. and after that it's get fused with the ultimatrix, turn it, making it turn into this. As Izuku said, whoa, what is this right now? As the hologram of Albedo pops up saying, if you are hearing this message, then that's mean you got the null void device. Congratulations. Now, you may think that you lost the null void device and that you will not be able to get out of this world anymore. But the null void device, it was just another part of the ultimatrix. And right now it's got a very big upgrade and unlocked you another abilities, as it said. Well, what these abilities again? As the hologram continues saying, right now you will be able to open portals in and out of the null void as anytime you want it, and anytime, anywhere you will be able to get in and out, and you will gonna get another abilities like fusion, and you will unlock another ultimate creatures. As Izuku said, whoa, well, let's try this. As the hologram said, but I suggest you start training inside the null void, seeing all your new abilities. As Izuku said, well, how about I open a portal first to see if this actually works. As Izuku start wondering how to open a portal, but the hologram continues saying, if you want to open a portal, you will have to get to put your hand in front of you and then snap and then think about the place that you want to open a portal in, and that's it. As Izuku tried this out, he think about let's see, the wild pussycat forest, as he opened the portal and get his head out, seeing the whole forest. As he said in his mind, this actually work, I can come back to Eri. But as he get his head back and he closed the portal, the hologram pops up again saying, right now you should train on your all new abilities. And for now, this is all what I have to say. I'll be out. As the hologram disappeared, and after that, Izuku started playing with his watch, seeing all what he can do. As he said, whoa, this is a lot of things. Let's see, what can I do? And before he do anything, a lots of flying creatures start coming very close into the place that you're right now in, as Izuku get prepared to fight for his life. And the four wild mutts around him are also getting ready to fight, because they want to protect their alpha or their master. And he said, if you want to kill me, come at me at once. And he smiled and start running in to attack the creatures. And we cut off into Eri and Stain, as Stain starts looking at the sky, seeing that is actually getting darker. As Stain said, well, Eri, we've been trained a lot. How about I get you back to your mom's house? And Eri said, okay, Mr. Stain. Thank you for today training. As Stain said, it's no problem, Eri. let's get out of here. As Stain takes Eri and get her back to Inko house, as Inko opened the door, seeing Eri by the side of Stain, as she said, "Oh, Mr. Stain, Eri, how was your training, Eri?" As she said, "It was good, Mom. Mr. Stain teaches me a lot of things," as she smiled. And Inko said, "Well, thank you, Mr. Stain. Do you want to join us on our dinner?" As Stain said, "No, I can't stay long here." As Stain continued saying, "Well, Eri was doing good on the training today, and now I think she needs a little bit of rest." As Inko said, "Thank you, Mr. Stain, again. And do you want to get with us on dinner?" As Stain continued saying, "No, I can't stay any longer. Just as Deku, heroes want me, and I can't let them get me." "Well, see you soon. Miss Inko and I will gonna come and the next day to get Eri out for more training if she ready." As Eri said, "Thank you, thank you, Mr. Stain. Goodbye." As Stain said, "Goodbye." And then he leave. And the next day, Eri and Inko are still in the house, where other class 1A are now prepared to do their, the festival of the school. As everyone gets ready, Kirishima said, "Okay, guys, let's impress the school with what we are gonna do today." As everyone gets excited and prepare the festival, the dancing party and the music. And Uraka said, "Well, Kirishima, are you gonna dance with us, or you are gonna just play the music?" As Kirishima said, "I will gonna dance with you, okay, guys?" As Ken said, "Well, if you are gonna dance, then I'm gonna play the guitar role." And everyone, after preparing the party and preparing the clothes, they start taking their party and start sing and dance, while All Might and Nezu are in the office watching this from the through the glass. As Nezu said, "Well, looks like class 1A has come back to normal. Don't you think this, All Might?" As All Might said, "Yeah, that's right, but Kurishima's still shocked about Izuku death." As Miss All Might continues saying, "He's still shocked about Izuku death. I don't blame him. I saw how he was feel, and his eyes were just out of anything. He was just shocked about it, and he need me right now. But I wish this cool festival would be something would make him happy." As Nezu smiled, saying, "Well, All Might, everyone have their own pains and they lost their things, but I wish that Kirishima would be able to come back to normal as fast as possible." And how class 1A, how are they doing? As All Might said, well, most of them doing well, but some are also just like Kirishima, still shocked about Midoriya's death, but not as much as him. And Nezu said, well, what do you think about Ken? As All Might said, well, to be honest, when I saw Midoriya there with Kin, I think that on Island, I was thinking that Izuku just made Kin gets into UA to get him his own information. But I was right. I was wrong. I need to give Kin a little bit of apology, as Mr. Nezu said, well, I still have some heroes watching him, but so far we didn't find him eating any human flesh. Then, in this point, I think that he actually doesn't need to eat anymore. He can eat a normal human food, and that's very good thing to me. As Alma said, you're right. As we cut back to Kiroshima and the others. As Kiroshima and the Kiroshima are dancing on the, the platform, and Kin are now on the guitar with Jiro, and everyone having fun, but suddenly all the lights on the platform turn off, and they think that is some sort of power out or something. As Kirishima said, hey guys, what's wrong? Is there some power out? And Ken said, I don't know. It suddenly just stopped. And the sky starts getting darker with a lots of a black cloud start getting around UA, as All Might in the office saying it's suddenly weather start suddenly changed. As Nezu said, yeah, you might be right, but it must just a little change of weather. And after that, after the everything, the sky gets covered in a black clouds. The clouds start getting with lightning shots all around UA, with a black and red lightning shots all around UA start hitting the ground. As Kirishima said, guys, we need to help everyone. Whatever this is dangerous. And after that, above UA, a portal opened up, revealing a guy covered in a scarf around his face, covering his head and his face, only his eyes revealed. After that, everyone looking at this guy, that he's standing up UA, standing above UA on the building, and they start looking at him, class 1A. As after that, suddenly, sorry for the background noise, guys. After all of the sudden, the lights start come back again, and they start moving the lights on the guy that is standing right now on the building. Class 1 Ace get ready to fight, thinking that is a villain. Kurishima said, "Who are you?" As the guy take a swan dive off the roof of the building, as they think, is he crazy? And after that, he crash into the ground, making a lots of smoke around him. in front of class 1A, and everyone. Heroes start coming. Aizawa, Eraserhead, President Mike, and All Might come in. All Might said, "Don't fear, for I am here." As Kirishima said, "All Might, this guy is suddenly came out of a weird white and red portal and he jumped down out of the building without any scratch on his body." As this guy is still standing in front of them, crossing his hand together, as All Might said, "Don't worry, Kirishima. Heroes are here." As President Mike and Eraserhead get ready to fight, Eraserhead said, "Who are you?" As the guy said, "Who am I? I thought that you were gonna remember me. In the end, you are my old homeroom teacher, Mr. Aizawa." As Mr. Aizawa said, "What?" And the guy continues saying, "And All Might, the symbol of peace. The old stupid big guy that he have 2 brain cells." As All Might said, "What the?" And the guy continues saying, "And of course, how can I forget you, Kirishima? Don't you remember me?" As Kirishima said, "I don't." As Kirishima said, "Wait, this voice, it's impossible, it's..." As the guy said, "Oh yeah, it's me. Remember me?" As the guy get his scarf down above of his head and move it from his face, revealing his face, putting his scarf around his neck. And then he said, "It's me, your old friend, Izubro. Hello, everyone." As everyone are just shocked looking at Midoriya like this, with his hair gets a little bit longer and this weird scarf around his neck and some scratches, and it's just looking so bad. As Almost said, "Midoriya, how are you?" As Izuku said, "Still alive?" "Yeah, long story short, I've been sent into another world with lots of very weird creatures where everyone tried to kill me. The end of the story. Well, what's happened to you?" As everyone eyes widen, as Kirishima said, Izuku, you're really alive. That's so good. We can't come back." As Izuku said, "Shut up. I don't want to hear it from you. Because of you, I've been sent into literally hell. And now you come here saying to me that we can come back together like an old pals. I can come back into UA and become hero and have fun with the others, joining you into your little party. Isn't that right?" As All Might said, "Please, Midoriya, calm down. I know it might be hard on you, but you need to calm down." As Izuku said, "Calm down? You want me to calm down? I've been sent into that nowhere place where all is there is just monsters that want to kill me and eat me alive. I've been there for 13 years. And you telling me to calm down?" As Eraserhead said, 13 years? What are you talking about? You've been disappeared for just 3 days. As Izuku said, "Oh, yeah, there is, you can say, a different time. The time there move a lot slower than here. So, I've been living there for 13 years, surviving on my own, and getting attacked by any living thing there, if you even can call these things alive in the first place." As Kirishima said, "Please, Midori, I know that I done a very wrong thing, but please come back with us to UA." As Izuku said, "Midoriya? No one called me that name from a very long time. And, I doesn't care anymore. I will gonna kill you and torture you for what you did to me. Kirishima, you fucked up. I still remember it. It was on I Island, right? I was thinking every single day and every single minute about what you did to me. About how you just suddenly decided to shoot the gun at me and send me to that nowhere place." As All Might said, "Midoriya, I won't let you do anything to Kurishima. So, you've better give up before we start to attack you. The other heroes are coming in, and you can defeat all of the heroes at UA." As Izuku said, "Defeat you all? You never learn, aren't you, All Might? You've been on my tail since I started my vigilante work, and even in this point you still want to bite my tail. But, I'm not alone anymore. When I was there, I got some friends." As Izuku raises his left hand and snap his fingers, portals start opening everywhere, revealing a flying creatures start attacking UA and everywhere, and everyone there, as a portal opened by the side of Izuku, revealing three creatures with no eyes. As the four creatures, two on each side of Izuku, as Izuku lay down a little bit, start scratching the head of one of the four pets. As Izuku said, "Do you like them? They are my new dogs. They are the only people that I really trust them there." As Kirishima said, "What are those, Izuku?" As Izuku said, "Oh, those are just some of the most horrible creatures that I saw there. And I think that you might want to save other people before they eat them alive." As All Might said, "Kirishima, I need your help. Izuku looks dangerous and all these creatures are just everywhere. Help other students to save themselves. Okay?" As Kirishima said, "Okay, All Might." As All Might said, "Midoriya, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna let you just run away with this." As Izuku starts laughing, saying, "Oh, you're so funny. Well, if you really want to fight me, then let me show you what really the pain means." And that's where I'm gonna leave it off, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what do you think will gonna happen in the next part. And Severed was here.